Hey everyone, it's Adrian here. I wanted to give you some tips on setting expectations or classroom rules for the beginning of the year. Now, with my fifth graders, by the time they get to us, they know all the buzzwords when it comes to classroom rules. Things like respect, or raising their hand, or following directions, or turning things in, stuff like that, being kind. But I want them to really drill down into what these things look like and sound like. So, what I do is instead of just having a bunch of classroom rules that I give them, I talked about the difference between rules and norms. And we're going to create a classroom set of norms. So rules are teacher directed, norms are community generated. Whereas with rules, I come up with them myself and I give them to students. Norms are ones that we come up with together as a classroom community. Rules, there's usually some sort of consequences, whether positive or negative, if they follow the rule. With norms, it's a collective accountability. We either hold each other accountable, we are independently accountable, and we work to make sure that we're all staying within the agreed norms that we have. And obviously, there's going to be times for discipline if necessary. But I really want to get away from do this or else and move more towards these are our classroom agreements or classroom norms. So in order to do this, I do a mind mapping activity where I put in the center of paper on a big sheet of paper for each table, what does a successful learning environment look like? What does a successful learning environment sound like? And I want them to start mind mapping. Now a mind map is where each piece of each node leads to something else. So for example, if you just say being respectful, okay, well I want you to go deeper into that. What does that look like? What does that sound like? So being respectful might mean raising your hand. It might mean using respectful language. It might mean respecting each other's boundaries. I want lots of different ideas so that you really drill down and go deeper into what each of these things look like and sound like. At the end of the activity, you've got each table or group has a huge mind map with lots of divergent ideas of what a successful learning environment looks like. And the truth is that everyone needs something a little bit different. And we can talk about some commonalities of things that we need, like for example, what does respect look like? Maybe it's we agree to listen to each other when we're speaking. We agree to respect each other's boundaries. We agree to be quiet during individual work time. But some people like other things, like for example, some groups, they really like music when they're working on math or a writing project. So we have to be able to look at what these agreements are and see how we can meld them together into a classroom community. So what's great about this is instead of me coming up with the rules for students, they're generating what they need this year. And they can be things like, we agree to listen to quiet music, but be respectful of each other's boundaries. So if someone needs a quiet space, I can provide them a quiet space, or I can turn down the music or turn it off, because maybe sometimes we're doing something that requires some sustained concentration, like silent reading, and we need it to be actually quiet. Or we agree to respect each other's boundaries, or we agree to use respectful language. This way students can really get an understanding of what things look like and sound like for a successful classroom. Okay, good luck this school year.